What's up, people? I am back. Alright. Just had to check the camera. But, I am back for another video. We're going to be talking about Independence Day, which I just watched on 4th of July. In my opinion, it is my favorite Independence Day movie. Then I would say Patriot after that, but this movie is just... It's just so fun. It was simple. It, like, nothing... It was very simple. And in my opinion, had one of my probably favorite trailers where all they showed was just the White House being blown up. Like, that's all they showed. And in, like, this cast, you know, Jeff Goldblum, Will Smith at the height of his career. Fucking Vivica A. Fox was actually pretty good. You had Bill Pullman as the president. In my opinion, my favorite president's speech, almost, and it's one of my favorite speeches in general in a fucking film. Like, it just, every time we get to, when he just gets to that speech, it's such a good scene. Just in general, you have good actors. It was nothing more, nothing less. This film came out in the summer of '96, and ever since, in my opinion, it's one of those movies that, some people like to say it's a guilty pleasure. I disagree. I flat out say this film's fucking good. I think it's well made. It's well shot. It's probably Roland Emmerich's best movie, and Roland Emmerich is one. He's done a few. Like, I know a lot of people don't like Godzilla '98, which I like as a monster movie. I will agree. I did a review on it months ago. Not the greatest Godzilla film, but it's definitely a fun monster movie. So you do, see a lot of those isms in here, like military, jets and stuff. So the film, before, we get started, cheers. But this film opens up and it starts on July 2nd. We just see the mothership. In this film, that's like the one thing. Like, obviously, multiple praises I'm going to give this film. But that's going to be one of them, is, my God. Sorry for the cough. Jeez. Um, it gets going fucking quick. Like, the mothership shows up within, like, the first 5 minutes. We're already introduced to, the humans. You have the one dude from The Mummy, who's actually really good. Then we're also introduced to, David, which is, Jeff Goldblum's character. It's just so... It's so, like, simple. We just see, like, them... you just kind of... It starts off, like, you just see the ship showing up. We're introduced to the president, and people have doubts as Bill Pullman's character is president. And that's his arc. That's the other thing. A lot of these characters have mini arcs. Like, all of them. Like, even, like, the side characters have an arc. It's, like... It's epitome of an ensemble film. Because I really wouldn't say there's... Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum are the leads, I guess, like the main. But I would argue you have multiple side characters. So we also are introduced to, like, you're just seeing different people in different parts of I love that, too. Like, seeing parts of the world where the ship is showing up. It gets going quick. Then, the next day, the ship starts attacking. Or no, this is where it, like, the countdown starts, and then you get these hippie characters. This is also where we're introduced to, Stephen Hiller, played by, Will Smith. And we're introduced to him and his family, and he has to go down to the base because of the ship. And his wife agreed, or his soon-to-be wife, doesn't go with him, says she'll come down later. And it's like, yeah, this film just starts off like you're just seeing different perspectives from different parts of the world or different parts of the country. Then we finally it culminates with the the people are starting to evacuate, but then the ship fires at these hippies, fucking hippies. They get blown up, and then we see New York get attacked, and then the White House, infamous scene of the famous scene where the White House gets blown up. It gets going like really quick, and this was within like the first 30 minutes, like all of this happened. So, because David goes down to the White House because he's been tracking the aliens and stuff. So they attack. So the White House gets attacked, and really, even like, I still think the special effects are done really well. There are some wonky moments, but for the most part, this film looks really good still. Like, and but that was the technology. This was in mid to late '90s, so this was post Jurassic Park. So the next day, the Americans decided to do a counterattack against the aliens with their military. With their military, this is with Will Smith and his friend, who they go on a mission and try to attack the ship. Sorry about that loud ass plane. they counter they launch the counterattack, but it ultimately fails because the aliens have advanced technology. They have like shields, and they were sending out like mini ships, and you had a really good air battle for a little bit. But unfortunately, Will's friend dies. But Steven manages to capture a ship and causes both of them to crash. And then this is where we get the iconic "Welcome to Earth," where Will Smith punches an alien. Fucking love that scene. It's just so good. And it's like just Will Smith talking shit, and we also see that his wife, like soon to be wife, they end up getting married. That's why I just say wife, but soon to be wife, um, is back in L.A. and you just see like them walking through the rubble. I just love that, like that setting, just them walking through the rubble. They find the president's first lady, who's injured. And then this is where the other crew with David, Jeff Goldblum's character, and his dad. I love his dad, by the way. I love, and even like the that I'm assuming he's gay. That gay guy we see earlier, he's like David, like that voice. It just kills me every time. But like, you probably couldn't do that now because I'd be considered homophobic. So I don't even know if you could do that now. But back to they go to Area 51. We have the one dude from Predator 2 who was he was Key's like assistant. So he's a general in this movie. I thought he did a pretty good job. We're introduced to the scientist, and then basically they've found that they've had aliens for a while, and all that. I was watching this with my friend, and we were both thinking like it's a good movie, but it is like, why didn't you tell the president this earlier when the fucking ship first showed up? I still think it was a well done scene. Oh, and I really love they have one of the space crash from the alien, and then this is also where Will manages to find a convoy, and this is where I gotta find that one guy's name because he's another character who he dies in the end, but he's the one who crashes in the plane in the end. His name is I'm just gonna call him Russell because that's what it says here. So yeah, he ends up. He's a character you see throughout. Like and he's another one. He's a side character. He's not even one of the main characters. He has this side plot where he starts off as this like kind of he basically is a fuck up. Like he's drunk. He does everything wrong, right? And even like his own kids don't really respect him, and he's just seen as the town crazy because he said he was taken by aliens, but then it turns out he was a former pilot. Russell Cassie, okay, that's his name. And so Will meets up with him with the alien. So they're on this. They have the spaceship, and this is where Will brings in the alien. Really, and it was a really funny scene where they didn't want to let him in, and then Will's just like, "Let's show you something." Then he shows them the dead body. Will Smith, '90s Will Smith, this was fucking, man. He was a hit. Even in like from I would say '95 to like '99, pretty much that last 40 years of the '90s, he had multiple big movies. I mean, '95 Bad Boys, '96 this movie, '97 Men in Black. And he was probably filming it at the time. '98 Enemy of the State, and '99. Even if the movie itself wasn't good, Wild Wild West. Like, dude, this was Will Smith in his prime. So Will Smith kind of meets up with the group. Um, they the one guy, he's like the smarmy asshole who's working with the president, suggests that they have to try to nuke the alien spaceship. So they try it and it fails. Um, Oh, and I think before that, one of the aliens, they were doing the experiment on the alien. The alien like takes him over, and I'm gonna say I really love the alien design. I love like it's all. I'm not gonna say obviously it's a mix of the xenomorph, but you have that like the aliens look a bit creepy. They don't like just look like your basic gray. They went like you have like unique looking aliens, but they're also grays because they have like spaceships. And I really dig the spaceship designs. It was just simple. I overall, just this film was simple. So the president, the alien, like I guess has psychic attacks and basically takes over the one doctor, and basically the president asks, "Oh, can we propose a peace deal?" Aliens like, "Fuck no," and just so they kill the alien, and then I think this is where they try to do the nuke, but the nuke fails. So, and late Will ends up stealing one of the jets because he wants to find his wife. So he finds his wife and the injured first lady. And this is a really sad scene when he finds the first lady. They basically know like she's not gonna survive because the doctor fills him in, so she doesn't survive, unfortunately. It's really sad. It really is a sad scene. So like between him and his daughter, it's just this is such a good movie. Like like there's little things like all these characters have arcs, And then back with David, after they nuked it, he just gets basically absolutely drunk. But his father basically tells him like, say you gotta get better, you gotta fix, basically giving him a pep talk. And then this is where his father suggests like a virus, mentions a virus, and he gets an idea that they're gonna do a virus, basically a computer virus against the spaceship. So they test it out, really fun little scene, and they decide to do it. And then the president fires that one fuck, and then basically they get all the pilots together. They almost and I love the scenes where they're using Morse code to organize an offensive. It's so cool. Just little things like that, and you get this really. Hold on. Actually, I should probably check. Okay, so they all come together, and this is where we get fuck off line. We get the really, my opinion, my favorite like president speech in a movie, and just almost one of my favorite speeches in a movie. When he gives this powerful speech, it's like, saying it's not about Independence Day. No longer is just an American holiday. It's not just we're fighting against tyranny. It's basically against it's such a good speech against annihilation. Really good speech. It gets everybody like just hyped. Even me, I'm like, I'm ready to kick some fucking alien ass right now. And I'm not even in this movie. It's just, such a good scene. So they launch the offensive where Steven and David get ready to upload the virus in the ship. So you get them. I actually really like the dynamic between those two, and it's one of those where on paper you wouldn't think it would work because Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith are like kind of like different type of movies, but man, they were fucking funny together. Like them just talking shit to each other on the plane, on the ship was just funny. While you have the land battle on the ground, so they upload the virus, but they also upload like the shoot a nuclear missile on board. Um, Russell decides he's gonna be the one to sacrifice himself because I think if I remember, like he tried to shoot like a missile and it just didn't work. So he goes right into like when they're about to shoot the laser, he just goes in and blows him. See, it's such a like good sacrifices, good air battles. The music's actually really good too. It gets going. It's not a bore. So yeah, you're just gonna see me just be praising this whole movie. My next few reviews, like when I get to Lethal Weapon, they're gonna all be positive. Like I pretty much love all the Lethal Weapon movies, so you're just gonna get a bunch of positive reviews. But yeah, the final battle in this is really good. David and Steven have to try to get out before the ship explodes. They manage to get out. The ship blows up. They get back home. Oh, I kind of missed the scene where Will. This is the night before gets married to Vivica A. Fox's character, which was a nice little ceremony. It was really quick, and David and his wife, who was throughout the film, they were like estranged. Um, so they kind of clearly were kindling their love. Like you just get like a bunch of little arcs in this film. Like every character, even Russell, who's a side character basically. I don't think he once interacted with Will or David at all. Or like and it was awesome to see like when the president was like, "I'm gonna join in the battle too," because he was also in the Air Force. So it's just like, man. So they destroy the aliens, and then yeah, the film ends basically. This film is a classic, and I can watch this film all the fucking time, every Fourth of July. Honestly, even when it's not Fourth of July, it's one of my favorite invasion like type of movies with aliens. Like I think this film just does it right. Like you have just awesome characters. All the characters are useful. No one's in the way. You have even like the smarmy guy who's working with the president. He was good. He did his job well. Like I think everybody did their job in this movie. Even the kid actor who was Will's son, and I usually don't like kid actors for the most part. Thought he did a good job. His film is shot well. It's paced well. Like it gets going pretty fucking quick, man. Like, and I love how the film is basically throughout, basically 2 days because it ends on Fourth of July. We have that amazing final battle. That speech, I just can't. That speech is so good. I don't know if Bill Pullman had to take multiple takes for that, or if he just did that all in one take. Whatever. He delivered that so good. It just made me like, I'm ready to fucking kick some alien ass right now, and there's no aliens. It's like so good. And Bill Pullman's an underrated actor. I don't feel like he was in a few movies. I know he was in Lake Placid a couple years after this movie. I'm trying to remember if he was in something else. But I like Bill Pullman as an actor. Oh yeah, he was in the first Casper. He was decent in that. He was just the dad. I think he did that a year before he did this movie. But yeah, and obviously Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park, and I love how must go. They got in a must go faster fucking thing in there. I love that little callback to Jurassic Park when Steven and him were about to try to escape the ship, and he said must go fast. Like, it's fucking great. And obviously Will Smith. He was, if I had to say a VIP, he's up there. I really liked his character in the movie. His art, and I love the juxtaposition where they both think they died, because there's a scene where the aliens attack the Air Force base, and the wife arrives, and he in his mind, when they find out that LA was destroyed. He probably thinks his wife's dead. So they both think, and when they find, it's just arcs Hollywood. Like, what the fuck happened? This film's only 25 years old, and it's like, I don't know what happened. And I'm not gonna acknowledge that shitty sequel from 2016. That didn't happen. There was only one. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to do a sequel anyway when it's been that long. You should have did one right after, not wait 20 years later. But yeah, Independence Day is a perfect fucking film, and I had fun reviewing this movie. I wish I reviewed this on Independence Day, but it's all good. Tomorrow we'll be doing bands I love on Warrant, and then I'll also be doing that movie pitch with the X-Men movie pitch. And then Friday, we're going to get started on the Lethal Weapon movies. So, can't wait for that. But other than that, I'm going to cheers one more time and peace out. Oh. Independence Day is a 10 out of 10 for me. One of the few times I will give a film a 10. Because I don't really think I don't have any complaints. I really don't. I have zero complaints about this movie. So, Independence Day is a 10 out of 10, and I would watch this film. Like, I'm definitely going to watch this film soon. Again, at some point. But other than that, fuck Warner Brothers, fuck Disney, fuck James Mangold, and fuck OneRing.net. Independence Day is a fucking phenomenal film. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace. Shit.